Welcome back to another episode of the Blues Heart Biker. Hey, I want you to know stickers are back in stock, so if you want to do sticker trade, if you want a sticker or something, leave me a comment below or check below in the description, and there'll be some contact info there. But let's get ready to go. We got a day ahead of us today. Let's go. Well, hey everyone, welcome back again. It's another episode of the Blues Heart Biker. Today I'm heading out to Clovis, California, and got a pretty cool episode in store for you guys today. But before we do, don't forget, hit that subscribe button and give me the thumbs up. It'll let me know that you like what I'm doing. Hit the bell notification. It'll keep you notified whenever I upload new content. And be sure to comment often. We'd love to hear you comment. And as you can see, I got a little better angle now on my camera. My mount was starting to fall off and it needed to be reattached to my helmet. So I did that, and also riding the Softail. I've been riding that Triumph a little bit. And you know, it's a cafe racer, so it's way down here, but the Harley is, we sit up a little higher, and so I got a little more view going on. Well, anyways, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go over and visit a friend of mine named Bob Sharp, and Bob's got a few motorcycles. Today in particular though, we're going to go over and look at his 1970 Moto Guzzi Ambassador 750, which is a really cool bike. If you guys aren't familiar with the older Moto Guzzis of that era, they were really cool. And he's got a really nice one. I believe he's also got a real nice Honda Dream, and he also is a Cushman scooter enthusiast, but I don't believe that he has his Cushman hoard at the location where we're going to be heading, so we probably won't see any Cushmans today, but that makes good for another episode. All right, so I'm glad to get back to doing some like interview type episodes. I haven't done one in a while, and this should be an interesting one. All right, here we are with Bob Sharp today. Say hi, Bob, to everybody.
Hello.
Yeah, and Bob's got quite a collection of some things here. We're gonna have a good time today. This is what we came to see, and this is 1970 750 Ambassador, and it's a Moto Guzzi, which is what to Italy what Harley Davidson is to the United States. I believe that's correct, isn't it? Yeah. So tell us about it. How did this bike come about to be yours? And you know,
well, I've been riding most all my life, just different things, and you know, started with a mini bike and Cushmans and some Yamahas and things, and I hadn't ridden for a while and got back into Cushmans and rode those for a while, and wanted to kind of step up and get something I could really do something other than put around the neighborhood. And I wanted to get an older bike, something with a kind of a vintage vibe to it, and I was actually thinking about BMWs, and I got pretty close to looking at some of those, and a friend of mine had mentioned the Moto Guzzi, and anyway, actually a buddy in college had one that I rode a couple times. I thought, oh yeah, that's a neat machine. And so anyway, kind of searched around and found one. Mm-hmm. And actually another one, I bought a 71 and rode that for a couple of years and really enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. Neat bike. They're neat because they're kind of bigger bikes, but they're pretty nimble. And yeah. So mm-hmm. They're good handling. And anyway, this one then came available, and what really attracted me to this was it had all the original patina. It had the saddlebags, has the fairing that I put on in the winter.
Yeah.
And the gentleman that had it had he was in Santa Barbara, and he just does this where he'd get a bike and he kind of goes through and just redoes them and rides them for a while and then sells them. And anyway, he was ready to move this one, and he had just done so many neat things to it. He did the stainless kit. He did some things I was planning on doing to the other bike but never got a chance, like putting modifying the linkage on the shifter with Heim joints and some things just to tighten it up. And he actually found a 73 Eldorado that was very low mileage. It was disassembled on a pallet at a he found it was in Selma at in a barn in a grape ranch. And so he basically married the best parts of both machines to put this one together.
Wow.
And it's low mileage. It's only got 36,000 miles.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, anyway, so this one, and I still have the other one. Actually, I need to sell it. I was gonna take the other one and do a real throwback thing on it, put like the old tractor style seat and do an old, get some older lights and stuff, but it's really too nice a bike to do that too, so I just need to find someone else to enjoy it.
Yeah. How long have you had this bike?
Gosh, I probably had this one about 10 years. And they one of the things one of the issues with these machines are they have chrome cylinders.
Okay.
And so, I mean, it's okay until it starts to wear thin, and then if the chrome starts flaking, then boom, you're looking at an engine rebuild.
Yeah.
Actually, the cylinders on this looked very good, but I replaced them anyway.
Yeah.
Just to be sure, because I plan on keeping this thing a long time.
Yeah.
And nice thing is that they really, it's almost like they refer to them as tractor engines.
Yeah.
It's very basic. I mean, you see it's got a distributor and a generator.
Yeah.
But once you get them dialed in, they're just easy. You just turn the key and go. Adjust the valves every now and then and do the fluids. And
it's like a big lawnmower motor, huh?
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
And these machines were really popular with law enforcement in the early 70s.
Right.
And that was kind of the part where, the Harley Davidsons towards the end of the 60s were having some issues, and it was before the Kawasaki KZs came in.
Right.
And so for like 5 years, these were the go-to bikes for many, for much of the law enforcement agencies. They started, I don't know exactly what year they started. They call these the loop frames, loops around here. They started these in late 60s, I'm gonna 66, 67. They started with the V7, which was a 700, and then just slowly they progressed, and they did the Ambassador 750, and then the Eldorado, which was the 850. Okay. And then that continued, I think, through 74. I think was the last year with that one. One of the nice things is just many of the parts are interchangeable.
Okay.
And, and there's a real following. Back when they used to have Yahoo groups, it was a really active one on these machines, and so you're able to get a lot of great information. In fact, a guy named Greg Bender put together a website, or has a website, and it's This Old Tractor, and he really details just so many things. It's a great resource as far as how to care for the bike and modifications. He sells wiring harnesses and different things. Yeah. And it's really nice. And we got like Mark Etheridge over at Moto Guzzi Classics down in Long Beach, and he's he just knows these things so well, and great guy, neat shop, and he's so generous with his time. You got a problem, you just call him up and he'll just kind of walk you through things. Or in fact, I had this down there about a month ago. I was having an issue with the rear drive, and so he took it completely apart and rebuilt it, and so it's running well now.
Yeah, it's a shaft drive motorcycle, in case any of you guys didn't know that. Now, you sent me some pictures of some famous people that had their pictures on this motorcycle, and you mentioned law enforcement, and there's a great picture, which I had seen that picture before, of Ken Osmond riding a Moto Guzzi Ambassador. And I know a lot of the ladies that grew up in the 70s are going to say, there was no Osmond brother named Ken. Right? You know what I mean? We're dating ourselves here. But he was actually Eddie Haskell from the Leave It to Beaver series from the 50s, and he became a Los Angeles policeman.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
For many years.
Yeah, and he rode, he was a motorcycle policeman, and he rode a Moto Guzzi Ambassador 750, which you'll see the picture right there. And Margaret.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. What was the name of that movie? She was, gosh, I can't remember, but there's a great clip of her riding around. It's an Italian movie.
Yeah.
Ti piace? Guzzi Bussette, me l'ha regalata un amico.
Yeah, well, that's cool. What's it sound like? And will it start?
No, I should hope so. Mark, who tuned this up for me about a month ago, has one of his deals is that he loves low idles. So anyway, so sometimes I got to keep my hand on the throttle for the first few minutes.
Very smooth, and it's throaty. It's got this deepness to it. You know, when you rev it up. Blah, blah, blah. Well, that's a poor impression of it, but
Here's another impression.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the only adjective I can come up for it. Throaty. It's even throatier than a Harley, you know, when you get that right in there, especially. Right in there, especially. Yeah. Awesome, man. God, that's beautiful. You get a lot of people asking you about it when you go places?
Yeah. It's a lot of attention.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, was that your dad's bike? Or,
Right.
And it's, even though it's a 1970, really and it's one of the things that attracted me to it is that the styling is really kind of earlier than that.
Sure.
And so it actually kind of looks older than it really is.
Yeah. Yeah, I know they made these bikes that look like this for a long time, you know. I think a lot of it's that logo, the eagle and the chrome. Which is actually a pretty good idea to put chrome on the knee area there.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna shine it up every time you ride it. Great, man. Well, cool. Let's look at that Dream. All right, as we're looking around in Bob's garage here, he's got some pretty cool stuff, like a T-model pickup here, and there's a Woody over there. Mini bike. That's your first mini bike, huh?
My first.
Now that's yours first mini bike.
Yeah.
That's the original one.
Yeah, I was probably about I don't know, 13 or something, and my neighbor and friend Jay Rubicaba, who lived around the street, had that, and he needed to get his folks had this 12x12 Sears shed that Jay was supposed to clean out, and Jay told him, our other friend and I, that if we cleaned it out, we could have the mini bike.
Oh,
so
wow.
We went to it, and the other guy took the engine, and I took everything else, and I had an old engine from an old go-kart that I threw on it, and put many miles on this.
Yeah. Wow, that's pretty cool.
Used to drive it from Hampton to Layton along the train tracks and the ditch banks, and
Yeah, that's a little stretch of road there.
Yeah.
I mean, if you know anything about Central California, where Hanford and Layton is, it's a little. I mean, they're close, but they're a long ways on a mini bike.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Okay, well, what do you got over here tucked away? I see a
Honda Dream. I think it's a. Oh, I don't remember. I think it's a '66.
Yeah, it looks like that's about the year it would
it's
be.
the 300. And,
Oh, this is a 300.
Or 300. It's a 305. They
Oh,
called it the
305.
300.
Okay, okay, yeah, okay.
So it's the largest of the engines they had in these, and
Yeah.
I was always attracted to these. I mean, they're just kind of fun machines, and I was actually looking at a Cushman, and the guy had this as well.
Yeah.
And it's anyway, they're really smooth, fun riding bikes.
Well, you meet the nicest people on a Honda, and this was why.
Yeah.
They had bikes like this, and absolutely about killed Triumph, you know. You know, you could get this bike, this electric start.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So, you know, you could get a little bike like this with electric start and go pretty fast. You know, what do you think this bike would go? Probably about 80 or?
Oh man.
Would it go that fast or?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Not with me on it.
Yeah.
But it maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
The speedo goes to 100, but
Yeah, yeah.
who
They don't.
knows?
You know, we had a, like I've said, I learned to ride on a 160. And it was probably basically the same frame because it looked just like this, you know. The motor was smaller, but it was a 2-cylinder motor, CB 160, and it was a. It had chrome fenders on it, though. It didn't have the big Dream fenders on it. It had chrome fenders, and you know that bike could go pretty good. It'd go 60, you know, close to 70, 65, you know, close to 70.
Wow.
Of course, I was 12, 11 years old riding it too, but still, you know what I mean. It was, you know, but yeah, I love these old Hondas like this.
Listen, the styling cues on it are really neat. I mean,
Yeah.
not just the nice styling on the thing, but also the squarish headlight,
Yeah,
and then even the shocks.
Yeah.
Are kind of rather than round, the rear shocks have that different shape to them.
Yeah.
This is actually the guy that I got this from had picked it up out of Illinois.
Wow.
So that kind of accounts for a lot of the rust. But,
Yeah.
I mean, it could be a lot worse.
Sure. Yeah.
Just a neat rider.
Yeah.
I like, and I kind of like original Survivor thing. I mean, I
Yeah.
love restored bikes
Yeah,
too, but
yeah.
there's something really neat about the Survivors and with the to show the kind of the lifetime of what they've been through.
Yeah. Yeah.
Scars here.
Because they're only original ones. What on earth is this now? A Honda?
Yeah, this is a I think 2003 Honda VFR800. And anyway, a good friend of mine bought it new and had it for years. And about a year ago, he wanted to get something that was a little more on the sport touring cycle. He wanted Rome. He wanted something that was a little bit more touring, and because he was starting to take trips to the coast and things. So anyway, he found another machine and another bike, and this one became available. And I'd ridden it when he first got it, and I still remember how fun it was.
Yeah.
So anyway, it wasn't a tough decision. This reminds me a lot of the Yamaha Seika 550 I rode in college.
Uh-huh.
And it's the way it feels. Just a little zippier.
I can ride it?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well let's take this thing for a ride. What the heck? You ready? So Bob's gonna ride the Moto Guzzi and I'm gonna ride the Honda. And then look at this thing. And then we're going to trade off. Go a little ways down the road, just take a quick little ride and try these babies out. So let's go. Woo, she's smooth. Woo, man, this one, now this bike's got a third gear. It wants to go on the third gear. Like my Triumph, it'll jump on that second gear, but this thing wants to go on that third gear. All right. The Moto Guzzi has got a distinctive sound. Woo! But this bike wants to go, man. Yeah, this bike's pretty fast. Yeah, this bike can go 100 miles an hour pretty easy. I don't really want to go 100 today. It's not my bike. Woo, man, oh man, that's cool. Smooth too. Here comes the Moto Guzzi. Oh yeah. Yeah, you want to swap out? Crazy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this one you probably remember, but it's one up and three down.
Okay, okay. So this is like it's backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 up and 3 down. Okay. All right, well, I'll follow you again. Much smoother ride than the Honda. It's a little different bike. This is even a different bike than the Harley, or well, it's a different bike. Got to get used to that shifter, 1 up and 3 down. Got to get used to downshifting up. You know, if somebody's looking for a classic bike that's easy to ride and smooth, you know, it probably won't really break your bank as much as an old Harley. This would be a pretty cool bike because it is very easy to ride. I mean, it's, you know, once you get used to downshifting up. But a lot of old bikes are like that. These little jumps there. What a beauty. Well, that's interesting. You know, it torques like a BMW too when you know, when you're idling and you give it some gas when you're sitting. You know, it gives it that kind of little. Well, that's cool, man. That was really fun. It took me a minute to get used to downshifting upward.
Yeah.
All right, Bob, thanks. Thanks for having us today.
My pleasure.
All right, and we're going to head out now. Thanks for letting me ride the Honda and the Moto Guzzi. Great bikes and a good time. We're going to get together with you again, and we're going to see those Cushmans.
Yeah.
And your Harley.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has a Harley too. So we got
bad influence.
Yeah, that's me. He said that I got him going not interested in riding again, but I got him motivated to ride more. So by watching the Blues Heart Biker channel, that could be you. Anyways, I'm here every Tuesday and Saturday, so check it out, 9 a.m. Pacific time. You can set your clock to it, and we'll be back again. Thanks, Bob, again. Thank you for watching. Take care of each other. Be cool. Have a good time. And I'll see you again soon. And keep an eye out for the 4 squares at the end of the video. Those are links to my other videos. You know, check those out. And there's all kinds of fun ways to enjoy the Blues Heart Biker Show. So anyways, we'll see you guys again soon. Thanks a lot.